Hi, I'm Angela, and this is a quick and easy core strengthening sequence. We're going to get started on our backs. So come into a position where you're lying on your back with your knees bent and your feet planted about hips distance apart. Your arms can be down by your sides, palms facing the floor. So we're going to start with some really simple somatic work just to sort of wake up the muscles of the core. So we'll start by exhaling and pressing the low back into the mat. And when you press your low back into the mat, you're going to feel the pelvis tilt upward. So your pubic bone will move toward your belly button and the muscles of the abdomen will contract. And you can kind of feel that. You can even feel it with your hands if you want to. As you inhale, just come back to a neutral spine and let everything relax. We'll do that a couple more times. So exhale, press the low back into the mat, feel the abdominal muscles engage. And then inhale and come back to neutral. Notice those muscles lengthening again. And then one more time. Exhale, press the low back into the mat. Feel the abdominal muscles engage. And then inhale and come back to neutral. Let's go ahead and stretch the legs out. We're going to continue with that movement, but we're going to turn it into a plank pose on our backs. So with the legs extended, go ahead and flex the feet a little so that the muscles in the legs are slightly engaged. Extend your arms up toward the ceiling and sort of flex the wrists so that the palms are facing straight up toward the ceiling. On an exhale, we're going to press the low back into the mat. You'll feel the abdominal muscles engage again. And then press your hands up toward the ceiling. So you'll get some engagement in the upper part of the chest, like right between the shoulders. And then let's inhale and relax. You can even stretch the arms overhead if you like. Let's bring the arms up toward the ceiling again. Flex the wrists. Exhale, press the low back down, flex the feet, press the hands toward the ceiling. And then begin to inhale and soften, reach the arms overhead, relax the legs. One more time, reaching the arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, press the low back down, flex the feet, pressing the hands up. And then go ahead, relax, inhale, reach the arms overhead. Go ahead and sweep the arms down by your sides, bend your knees again. And you might want to pick up the feet, sort of hug the knees in toward the chest, maybe rock a little side to side, or even circle the knees. Good. Let's extend both legs straight up into the air, so you're kind of making an L position with your body. I'm going to lift my hips a little bit and slide my hands under the bones of the pelvis. This is a little more comfortable for my low back. So really simple, we're just going to exhale, start to lower the legs toward the floor. And you're going to do that nice and slow. You'll feel the abdominal muscles engage. And you don't have to go all the way down to the floor. So once you feel the low back start to peel away from the mat, go ahead and bend your knees and bring them back in toward the chest. Extend the legs again. Start to exhale, slowly lower the legs. Just paying really close attention to the low back. So now my low back is still contacting the mat, But the lower my legs go, the more my low back wants to peel off the mat. So I'm just going to fold my knees back in and do that one more time, extending both legs into the air. And then exhaling, slowly lowering the legs. Paying close attention. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold the knees back in toward the chest again. I'm going to release my hands, take my arms out to a T for a moment, and just kind of rock a little side to side. So just some gentle twisting here. Nothing too big. You might notice the oblique muscles activating just a little as you go side to side. Good. And then coming back to center, let's go ahead and set the feet on the mat. Knees are bent, arms down by our sides again. On an inhale, begin to lift the hips off the mat. We're going to keep the spine neutral and just kind of see how far the hips want to go up. And then exhale and slowly lower back down. So we're going to do that a few more times. Inhaling to lift the hips, pressing down through the feet. You might feel the glute muscles engage a little. And then exhale slowly back down. No need to go any farther than your body readily wants to go. One more time, inhaling up into that bridge pose. And then we're just going to pause right here for a few breaths. So continue to breathe slowly and steadily. So notice what muscles are holding you here. You'll feel the muscles in the thighs, the quadriceps, and the hamstrings engaged, and the lower part of the glutes. And then very, very slowly lower back down to the mat. Let's pick up the feet again, bring the knees in toward the chest. So I'm going to hold on to my right leg, and then I'm going to take my left hand behind my head, just as you would for a sit-up. Extend the left leg into the air, straight up. On an exhale, begin to lower the left leg as you lift your head and shoulders and bring your left elbow towards your right knee. And then on the inhale, come back to your starting position. Extend the left leg again. Exhale as you start to lower it. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, bring your left elbow towards your right knee. Inhale back to your starting position. One more time. Extend the left leg. Exhale, begin to lower. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, twist to the right. And then inhale, back to center. Good, let's switch the arms. So my left hand is on my left knee, my right hand is behind my head. I'm going to settle my shoulder blades onto the mat and then extend the right leg into the air. As you exhale, begin to lower the right leg toward the mat. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, bring your right elbow towards your left knee. Inhale, fold the right leg back in, gently set the head down. Extend the right leg. Exhale, lower, lift, twist. Inhale to your starting position, nice and slow, take your time. Last one, extend the right leg. Slowly begin to lower it, lift the head, lift the shoulders, twist to the left. And inhale back to your starting position. Release the arms down by your sides. Place your feet on the mat. This time, let's toe heel the feet out to the edges of the mat. And just start to slowly windshield wiper the knees side to side. So just releasing any tension that might have crept in during that last exercise. Excellent. Let's go ahead and toe heel the feet a little closer together and then roll to one side and come up into a tabletop position. So we'll come on to our hands and knees, align the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hip joints. Let's do a few cat-cows here. So on an inhale, drop your belly toward the mat. Lift and spread the collarbones, tilt the chin up a little. And then as you exhale, begin to round your spine, bring your chin towards your chest, press the mat away from you. Inhale, drop the belly to cow. Exhale, round the spine to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And this time, if you like, maybe lift the knees an inch or two above the mat and just kind of hover there. You're going to feel the abdominal muscles engage a little more. And then softly lower the knees. Inhale, cow pose. Arch the spine. Exhale, round. Maybe lift the knees again. Gently lower the knees. Inhale, cow. And last time, exhale, cat pose. Or maybe lift the knees one more time. And then softly lower the knees. Let's do one more cow pose. And then as you exhale, just come back to a neutral tabletop position. Let's stretch the right leg out behind us. And then lift the right leg so that it comes parallel to the floor. Flex the right foot, point the toes down toward your mat. You can stay right here, or if you're stable enough, you can try reaching the left arm out in front of you. So we're going to feel the muscles on the back of the body engaging here. On an exhale, start to round into that cat position. Bring your elbow towards your knee in the center of the body. And then inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend. So you could also do this with the left hand on the mat. Exhale. And inhale. Stretching long from the right heel all the way through the tips of the left fingers. And then exhale down to tabletop. Take a moment to find your breath again. And then we'll do the other side. So stretch the left leg out. Lift it, bring it parallel to the floor. Extend your right arm if you feel stable enough. Again, you can keep the right hand on the mat if that feels better to you. On your exhale, round the spine. Bring the knee in toward the chest. Elbow toward the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, one more time, curling in. Inhale, extend. Nice long line, reach out. And then exhale back to tabletop. Inhale, cow, dropping the belly, arching the spine. Exhale, cat. Back to a neutral tabletop. We'll stretch the right leg out again. And this time we're going to keep both hands on the mat. Let's bring the right leg parallel to the floor. And then bend the right knee, flex the right ankle, press the right heel up toward the ceiling so that the glute muscles engage. On an exhale, round the spine, bring your knee towards your nose and your nose towards your knee. Inhale, back to a neutral spine, press the heel up toward the ceiling. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, heel presses up. Last time, exhale, knee to nose, nose to knee. On the inhale, extend the right leg straight out behind you. And then bring your knee back down to the mat. Other side. Stretch the left leg back. Lift the left leg. Bend the left knee, flex the ankle. Inhale as you press the heel up toward the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose, nose to knee, rounding the spine like a big cat pose. Inhale, heel presses up, hips stay as level as possible. Exhale, knee to nose, nose to knee. Inhale, heel presses up. Last time, exhale, round in. On the inhale, extend the left leg straight out behind you. Bring the left knee down beside the right knee. Let's take the big toes together. Separate the knees a little. And then exhale as you set your heel or bring your hips back towards your heels. Come into a child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. And then go ahead and lift your head and your shoulders, and we'll come into a seated position. So sitting with your knees bent and your feet planted, let's reach the arms straight out in front of us, sit up nice and tall. On an exhale, lean back a little until you feel the abdominal muscles engage. So avoid rounding the spine. So we just want to keep the spine nice and neutral. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, lean back again. And you might roll the shoulders down and back so that there's lots of space in the top of the chest. Inhale, come forward. Last time, exhale, lean back, and we're going to pause here for a few breaths. So continue to breathe. If you feel like you could use a little more of a challenge, you might lift your feet off the mat, kind of bringing the shins parallel to the floor. Keep a close watch on your breath. And then go ahead and set the toes down. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, just go ahead and relax, round over the knees. And then go ahead and lift the head and the shoulders. We're going to bring the hands behind us, fingertips pointed toward the heels. On an inhale, lift the hips, come into a little reverse tabletop here. So kind of working toward a straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Exhale, slowly come back down. Inhale, lift again. Exhale down. Last one, inhale, lift the hips. Holding for a breath or two. And then exhale all the way down. Let's come into either a butterfly or cobbler's position with the soles of the feet together and the knees dropped open. Or if you prefer, you can sit cross-legged. So whatever one feels best to you. We're just going to lean forward. Keep the sit bones on the mat. The spine is neutral, so we're not rounding the spine yet. Just kind of leaning in, creating a little space in the low back, a little bit of traction. And then go ahead and working from the bottom up. Allow the spine to round. First the lumbar spine, then the thoracic. And then finally allowing the head to drop. Doing your best to relax the muscles. Soften. And breathe. And then slowly start to lift the head. Bringing the spine back to an upright position. If you like, go ahead and pause the video, stop the video, take a short or long Shavasana, whatever suits you. When you're ready, bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in and a long, slow exhale. Thank you for practicing with me.